Well, hi.
Hi.
So begins, I guess, our journey of two Braincells podcasts.
Hey everyone. Welcome to the Two Braincells podcast.
Yes, brought to you by Pierce and Meg.
That's a great intro right there. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, where we discuss.
I think we're killing it so far.
Ducks and jam, perhaps, among other things. Well, I was going through my Twitter the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. I've been following a lot of digital artists, and within that same vein, since I follow, like, I'd say a pretty equal amount of artists and Minecraft content creators, I just found the Minecraft artist fan base specifically for the Dream SMP. And let me tell you, this is a hot commodity. A hot fucking commodity. Let me pitch something to you here that I need you to look up. Have you heard of Dritties?
No. No, I haven't. I'm a little concerned.
I implore you to go on Twitter and look up Dritties. Similar. How
would I spell this?
Just like titties, but with a D instead of an extra T.
So
and scroll down, and so you will find this interesting little avenue that is dream fan art with like mega man boobies. And I don't know where this started or how it started.
Excuse me?
It is the worst thing that I have ever seen.
Okay, I think I found Tritty streams. Is this it?
Just Dritties. And it's like DRITTIES.
Oh, I found it.
I found it. Oh, you'll know.
I found
You'll
it.
know.
Oh. Oh.
Right. Why are people doing this?
I don't like this one.
Some of them are very anatomically correct.
I am not sure how I feel about Dream's Minecraft skin having cum gutters.
They're definitely like milkers, I must say. Like this one in particular, I'll send to you. Is
oh yeah, they are.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't understand. Here's the thing. Like when do you stop? When do you tell people? Like when is it too much? You know.
Oh, I think that's a really good question, right?
What?
I'm trying, let me. Okay. Let me put myself in Dream shoes. You know, it's pretty easy. We're both mega popular Minecraft streamers, right?
Absolutely.
So let's see. Let's think that's my face. That's your face. On that hunky body, right?
Okay. I thought you meant the second one, and I was like, which one? Because I don't like these images.
For those of you who'd be on YouTube, I'll throw these images on screen just briefly so you know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. You know, you can put your face on any of them. I think that as soon as someone draws Carl Jacobs sucking my man titty, I think I say that's enough, right?
Right. You would
Or is that George not found?
Oh, fuck. Who's the one with the glasses? I think that's George.
I don't remember.
I think that's George.
Yeah. I think I would have to be like, hey guys, I appreciate the fan art. But I guess that also is like, you know, fan fiction.
Correct.
Right? Where
unfortunately.
They get I'm sure, you know, I can't say that I'm an expert on my Dream SMP lore.
Mm-hmm. Neither am I.
I'm positive that there is some highly sexualized fan art or fan fiction
of like dream milkers, like.
Oh, I imagine so, right?
Really, you think so? How? But like,
yeah.
My question, and here's the thing: How has it strayed? How have we gotten to like these mega milkers? Like this is Minecraft. like like how have we strayed so far from God that we are drawing a Minecraft skin with like just a dump truck of a body and like mommy milkers? Like I truly don't understand how we've gotten
I
here.
guess the question is, have we strayed farther from God, or are we getting closer?
I don't know. I don't.
You know what I mean, though?
I don't know.
Like maybe this is. Let's look back. Okay, so let's take Neanderthals. If Neanderthals saw what we were today, would they think that we are an abomination? Maybe this is just the next step in our evolution. Maybe Minecraft, used to be some good, clean, wholesome fun, and now maybe this is what it was always meant to be. Maybe this is what Notch was cooking up in his basement the entire time.
Milkers.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Oh no. I think
is it okay? Here's a real question. Why is it that Twitch has such a mixture of good, normal people and then absolute degenerates?
I don't know. This is definitely one of the mysteries of the universe, because there are so many good content creators that are genuinely witty, and then you just have absolute rats. And I don't understand how they have the following that they do, but it's just god awful, like truly terrible.
Remarkable, really. I think it speaks a lot to the human psyche.
You think like if we were to do like a psychoanalysis on Twitch, what does that say about us as a species?
Nothing good. Nothing good. Absolutely zero good. I often think about like what first contact could look like, between our civilization of humans and maybe an alien race, right? Just as like a fun mind game. But I'd like to imagine in the perfect universe that maybe the aliens are just scooting by and they pick up a Twitch stream, right?
Right.
And this is what they base their view of humans on.
Ooh, see.
And you know what? I think I wouldn't be surprised if they chose to wipe us out.
I mean, I don't think I can disagree with you, though, because if I were to just randomly look at what is on my recommended, even I feel like a sense of I am responsible for that. Like I feel guilty to be playing a part in this. I mean, we are. We are. We are content creators too. So
that's fair.
We're just as guilty.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's something you got to think about, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
And like Twitch isn't all bad.
Oh, absolutely not. I just found out today or a few days ago. Did you know that there are animal streams? Like you can watch zoos and like ducks and stuff, like very wholesome. No. Yeah, there is a zoos category of just like
that's
animals.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I know. Let me see if I can find it. I believe it is in IRL, if I am not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. In IRL, there is a category that is called animals, aquariums, and zoos. Did you know about this? Because I didn't. And when you go to look at it, I kid you not, there are ducks, there are otters, there are chickens.
Oh my gosh.
Chickens. You can watch chickens, pigs, bunnies, doggies.
This is the best side of Twitch I've ever seen.
I know. You can I am watching sled dogs right now. Are you kidding me?
See, this is what we need. This is the content we need.
I don't think enough people know about this, truly.
No, I don't think so either, because I'm sitting here watching Otters Everywhere, Ocean Sounds ASMR by the Marine Mammal Rescue.
Oh, I see that.
And I'm just looking at a pair of otter feet right now. And that's That's beautiful.
Right. See, and now if we're getting back to that alien subject, if I was an alien and that's what I saw, I'd be like, huh, that looks like a interesting, friendly little species. Like, I want to see more. Oh, I see the feet. Oh, those are great.
Yeah, no. They are great. I'm actually kind of just, this is the
I'm
best
distracted.
thing I've ever found. Yeah, I need to close this out if we're recording a podcast, but because I'm just gonna be looking at those adorable little toes,
little posy wozies.
Yeah, well, little guy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Twitch is such an interesting anomaly. I guess so is YouTube, but I think Twitch is even weirder because it's live.
It is, and yeah, it is. I tried to.
And the fact.
Oh, go ahead. No. By all means.
No,
by all means.
I insist. Please.
Okay. It is strange because where YouTube is a pre-recorded thing. So like those content creators have personally vetted, or like their editors have personally vetted what they're putting onto the internet. Whereas you just kind of like, there's always like, I don't know, gentle risk. Maybe that's what we should call it. When you are streaming because you're live, and there's just always a sprinkle of unknown. But I think that's why it's so engaging for people, because you are getting this live feedback of someone that you enjoy watching, someone that you admire, someone that, that you like their content. And I think that's why Twitch has gripped people right now, especially right now over the last 2 years. People are just gripped by this content.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's actually super interesting, because I hadn't really ever thought about it like that, but I think you're right.
Oh yeah, like think about it. You have people coming from YouTube who have grown up. I feel like you can confidently say have essentially grown up watching YouTubers or content creators that they love. That at this point they feel like they know, and then some of them will be streaming on Twitch, and it's like the most exciting thing for them, because you are seeing your favorite person, if you will, your favorite internet person in the right now. So to be able to just play Minecraft or do your own work and then have them essentially as close to there as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who wouldn't want to watch that?
Yeah, and I think that's a really like crazy, it's like a really powerful concept of just, here's someone that you've always like watched, but there is that sense of being far away when you're on YouTube. Yeah. Right? Like this could be manufactured in a lab. But like to see on Twitch what you were talking about, like that soft risk, I think is what you said. Just to see like, okay, here's an idea of how this person actually interacts in a day-to-day, and that they are a real person, which is like kind of like a weird concept in a lot of ways, and a little bit dangerous too, because I do think that like that leads to, and I'm not going to sit here and be like on a high horse and be like, stan behavior is weird or bad. Like, I don't know. I don't have any real thing, but I do think that from, being a part of the online discussion for a while, like you said, growing up on YouTube and Twitch, I've seen some really kind of disturbing and gross breaches, I should say, of like the creator fan dynamic.
Yeah.
Like people are stepping over the line, and I do think that like live streaming is kind of not responsible, but it definitely like invites it. Right.
Oh, totally. And that brings me back to my original inquiry about Dritties. Like, when is it
bring it a full circle?
When is it too much? When is it too much? Because I think, like, I was watching a couple of YouTubers recently, and I'm like, oh, that's a cute little skit. I see what they did there. That's funny. But like, I think with how it is on Twitch it's very it's very organic for starters, but it's also, to me, it feels a little bit more genuine. I'm sure, big content creators, when they go live, they're always, putting on their stream energy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I do think that those interactions with chat and raiders or whomever, it feels a little bit more real and genuine to me. And I think that's why people like it so much. And I think that's also why, like you said, they get so like fucking feral about it.
Yeah.
Like
that's
scary.
a great way to describe it.
Yeah. Like animals.
They're like animals.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it can be charming to an extent, I think. I think we as people, to an extent, I feel like appreciate. We like to be appreciated. But then again, there's that line where it's like I don't know. If I don't know. Like this dream fan art, it's just, if this was being made of me, I think I'd cry. And not for good reasons. Yeah. I would be scared.
I'd be horrified. This is something that I'd be like, all right, time to throw in the towel. I've cultivated a fan base.
I've gone too far.
Yeah. No, I kind of, the way I look at Twitch, and I'm really skewed here because like being a tiny streamer, right? I only have interactions with like a handful of people at a time. But like it's kind of like when you're dealing, like a Twitch chat's like a new puppy. Right?
Right.
And they're constantly looking at you and learning. And there have been times, especially like, so say someone makes a joke that is somewhat questionable in chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's teetering the line. It's teetering the line between acceptable and unacceptable, but it's kind of funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you sneak out a little chuckle. Mm-hmm. And then you can just watch as those little puppies observe that this made you laugh. This made you laugh.
Yep.
Well, I want to make you laugh again. Let's go harder. Let's go harder. And then it's so hard to stop that behavior.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's interesting because that brings up the whole thought around like Twitch etiquette, because I know like people, there's different types of like chat trolls. There's ones with genuine intentions, if you could call it that, or just like kinder intentions, where they like to tease you. They like to, like kind of press a little bit of a reaction out of you for the funsies. And then you just have the nasty trolls where they like to see whatever reaction you may have, for better or more often for worse. But it's very scary, because I think it's that kind of like absorbing your content, and to your point, watching it and learning. And it's like, oh, I got a stir out of him doing this. Like, what else can I do? And the fact that it's live is like, how can I do this right now and get that immediate response, which I probably crave. I don't know. It's scary though.
It is scary. That's why I could not imagine like the people who like go live like drunk or drinking or like intoxicated.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Terrifying.
I don't know how you could do that with like a level head. I had like one stream where like someone made a joke about let's have a girls' night, and so I poured like half a glass of wine, and I was like slowly drinking that, and even then I was like ultra conscious of everything I was doing.
Yeah. Oh my god, like, wine drunk too.
Horrified. What?
Being wine drunk?
That would be a mess. That would be a mess on stream.
I don't think I could do that. Or at least I would have to mentally prepare for it. And have an extensive amount of time where I would have to I don't know.
Oh no, I could never. That was way too much for me. And I was like half a glass and I didn't finish it. I drank it like 3 times and I was like, oh, I'm playing a risky game here.
Well, it's interesting because I know streamers who just do that regularly. For me, I don't know, I would be so stressed out, feeling somewhat incapable of making the best decisions in front of a live audience. To me, that is the equivalent of being too intoxicated and you're being put on stage and there's just an audience sitting there and looking at you. That is not a position I want to be in.
Especially on Twitch, because, well, I don't know, you never know who you're reaching on Twitch. This is what kind of scares me, because I'm sitting here And like, I'm trying to make my space the most comfortable space I can for as many people as I can, right? But
Right.
like, everyone has, there's like the big things where like, okay, well, this is just common sense that you shouldn't say this and that this is wrong, right? But then everyone has like the micro kind of like things that might set them off, and I try to like limit some of like
Mm-hmm.
consciously I'm trying to limit as much as I can. But I feel like as soon as like you start letting some of your filters down, you
Yep.
just like run this insane amount of risk
Mm-hmm.
of just accidentally saying something that makes someone mad or that sets someone off that you didn't even like know or mean. But it's a little it's scary.
It is, and I feel like too, you almost have to like, I don't know how to frame this well, but you almost have to like always be on, like always be your best self
Uh-huh.
on Twitch for that fear of like you just say something slightly out of place, even though you might not mean it, even though
Yeah.
you might not have said it like knowingly. It just, I mean, it could just create this plethora of like fucking internet gremlins that just like come at you like a disease, and it's terrible. So
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
No, okay.
Mm.
Well, I think that was actually a really good discussion.
I do too. Look, I'm like I said, I had notes written down and ducks plus jam ? So I am very impressed by that conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe we have more than 2 brain cells here.
I think that might be a little bit of a stretch.
Too generous.
Too generous. I mean, we could maybe argue for a third, but like, you know, it would be it'd be a tough sell for sure.
Yes, yeah.
Speaking of a 2 brain cells thing, I do want to bring back the discussion that so me and Meg were talking for a little bit before we jumped on recording, and we were talking about our actual like our logo design and our kind of banner art, right? It's where we got the jam and the ducks. You'll understand probably if you're listening to this and you can look at it. But I was thinking about it, and would you consider jam a condiment?
Well, I guess describe the purpose of a condiment. Let's start there.
Mm-hmm. So for me, right, a condiment is a thicker substance.
Okay.
That would be put on top or to the side to enhance the flavor by the action of dipping.
Oh wow, that was very thorough. Okay. So when you structure it that way, and I feel like I am being put in a pitfall here, but when you structure it that way, I would lean towards yes, jam is condiment. Because what do you consider butter a condiment?
I guess it depends on the form of the butter.
Explain. How so?
Okay, so let me bring in a real world example. I was on a trip, right, to Florida last week. And while there, I was in this small tiny town, and they really only have fish restaurants. Okay. And I have seen the documentary Seaspiracy. So fish eating, not ideal for me right now.
It's a doozy right now. Yep.
I was very like, I don't want to even do this, but like I was out with people and they had not seen it or didn't care, and they were ordering fish, right? And I was at this place, and the lady that I was with ordered a thing of crab legs, and they brought the crab legs out, and they gave her a little tiny, it was like a ketchup container filled with melted butter to dip the crab in.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
In that case, I think I would argue that yes.
But okay, now hear me out here. But would that be more of an oil at that point? Like, because some people will do olive oil in their spaghetti, like just a little, so that the noodles don't get stuck together. Would it be considered an oil at that point and not a condiment?
Wait, maybe.
Because to your point, if it's a condiment, it's a thicker substance, correct?
Yeah.
I know people, and I am guilty of this myself at times, who put butter and jam on a piece of toast, and it's delicious. I think it is anyway. And so in that circumstance, I would say yes, they are both condiments. Melted butter, I feel like you could argue, is more of an oil.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Because I have been to those little crab shacks before, and I've seen people who just ditch the dipping altogether and they go for the full drizzle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And they yeah.
That is gonna give me like a heart attack.
It's very gluttonous. Delicious. Don't get me wrong, delicious. But gluttonous.
My gosh, the hands must be so sticky.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or you could argue oily. Are your hands oily?
Oh my gosh, wait. Okay. Because I think you're actually right. I do think that in certain forms, butter would be an oil because you cook with butter.
Correct.
And you use it in the same way that you would cook with oil.
Correct, yeah.
And
the only reason I think that is because as you know, I am vegan, and we use a lot of times, we'll use like a sunflower oil based butter. But when you melt it down, all it is in essence is that sunflower oil. So at that point, are we cooking with just an oil for our pasta or whatever it might be? So
oh my
God, it could be an oil.
Oh my God. What?
I think it is.
I think you're right.
So jam is a condiment. Do we agree on this?
Okay.
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay. But the real ground shaker here is butter and oil. I think it is.
Butter? Okay, well then butter would be the weirdest oil because what in the world is butter?
I don't know. Now I'm grossing myself out a little bit when I think about having toast with butter because it's like, is it just toast with oil?
Just oiling it out, grabbing the can of WD-40 and just like spreading it on a thing of toast. I guess the weird thing about butter is that it's kind of transcendent in a way, where that's probably not the right word, but so okay.
Go on.
Butter. Let's
I'm
think
intrigued.
about butter. Butter can be in the form of a stick.
Absolutely.
And when you melt, so say you take a stick of butter and you're baking a thing of cookies, and you put your butter in one of those cups, you put that in the microwave, you're softening that thing up. Let's say you put it on for a little bit too long, right? And you just get that whole thing of melted butter. If you let that harden overnight, you're not going to return to the same consistency of the stick butter.
Correct.
You're at like this weird, gross stage.
What does that look like? I don't even know.
It's like, the only thing I can think of is if you've ever seen like bacon grease.
Ooh, yep.
Like in a pan where it gets like kind of like almost like a creamy, like wax.
Oh God. Oh.
What the fuck is butter?
Well, I don't know now. I truly. Well, and so here's an interesting thing too about butter, because in terms of baking, butter can be used at different like stages of its life, if you will. Like, stay with me here, because some croissants call for semi-firm butter, and sometimes you have to use melted butter to like layer your pastries with. Other times you need to use just that like really, really soft stick of butter, and then you dump that in like a chocolate chip recipe. So in that case,
and the interesting thing is like
oil.
Oh, because you're right. When you're baking, even if you made 3 sets of chocolate chip cookies, right? And you used one with a completely hard stick of butter that you just ground up, essentially. You used one with that softened stick, and then you did one with like the melted butter oil.
Right.
you're going to get different cookies. Even if all other things stay the same,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get different cookies, which begs the question, is when you're cooking with butter, are you practicing alchemy?
Okay. I am intrigued by this. I'm very intrigued by this because we haven't even discussed this yet. Whipped butter.
Oh man, we haven't even gone into that.
Because you need whipped butter for certain things. And in terms of mixing, you can mix things into your whipped butter. And then you can still use whipped butter as a spread.
Oh. Yeah, no, I think I would argue amongst scholars we have decided that alchemy isn't real.
Right.
The process of changing one thing into another, completely different object. But I would argue, because I think that butter is an oil, but I don't think that it always is.
I think we might have cracked the code here a little bit. Is butter alchemy?
I think butter might be alchemy.
Because to your previous statement, that's exactly what butter is. You can change the form.
And accomplish different things with the different forms.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh now, my God.
Okay. So if we're thinking, so does that mean milk can be alchemy too? Because think about it, there's ice cream. And then, and then there's whipped cream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And there's steamed milk.
Oh. And even amongst milk variants, right?
Right.
Even among like base milk, you get different, at least thicknesses of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, God forbid, you're drinking a thing of 2% milk and you're basically like shoving sludge down your throat.
Oh, good God. Like whole milk. Like that shit is thick. I know people that willingly drink milk with dinner. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. I don't like it one bit. But I know them too. My roommate drinks a glass of milk with dinner. I
think there's something wrong with that.
I do too. I think there's
a psychological reason for that. I think those people might be looking for something else. I don't think that's normal.
Let the record state that if you, dear listener, drink a milk with your dinner or with really any meal besides cereal, you might need a therapist.
Absolutely. I will stand by that statement. I think any of you who might be listening, you could benefit from therapy. Talk about your milk problem because it might lead to other things.
There are people out here that want to listen. You just have to be brave enough to talk.
Absolutely. And the milk's not going to do it for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break the news to you.
Milk's a lot of things, but a good listener, I don't. I think that's a hard sell.
Well, because hear me out. If you're drinking a cold glass of whole milk, that feels like it's filling a void, I'm sure, but I don't think that it's filling the right void for them.
Whole milk, if you're drinking a glass of whole milk, are you hydrating yourself or are you eating?
I think you're eating at that point. Like your dairy intake is mad off the charts.
It's like I felt like, if you're drinking a glass of whole milk, you might need like a spoon just to like dig in there.
God. At that point, eat a stick of butter. I mean,
at that point, just wait for it to expire and drink like the cheese curdy looking.
Oh my God. Awful. Okay, and that, you know what that makes me think of too, is eggnog. Can we talk about eggnog? Oh, please tell me you don't. Please tell me you like eggnog. I swear.
That I like it?
Do you like eggnog? Yeah.
No.
Oh, thank God. Eggnog?
No.
Is a disgusting disgusting tradition. I don't know how or why it came to be, and I don't know why people think that putting alcohol in it will make it any less horrible, but it's disgusting. If you could make make milk worse than it is by drinking alone, yeah, alcohol and fucking eggs would definitely be the concoction for that.
I just like, I don't know how someone came up with it.
I don't know either. I truly don't know. I think once upon a time, someone was attempting to bake a holiday cake and it didn't go well. And then they were like, I'm sure we could probably drink this. Let's just put booze in it.
I mean, that has to be the reason why they put alcohol in it, right?
Liquid
to like
cake.
Numb your senses so that you forget you're just drinking like thicker milk.
Oh, I know. And then the raw eggs. I know raw eggs and alcohol, they are no strangers towards one another. But I just don't understand how much do you have to hate yourself to drink raw egg and alcohol? Again, perhaps it's not the egg and it's not the milk that you're missing out on. Maybe it's therapy.
Yeah, no, maybe it's therapy.
I think that could be the answer.
The thing is, though, is that no one really likes eggnog.
Oh, no.
No one eats it or drinks. Sorry, I got it confused because it's so thick. But no one drinks it outside of Christmas time. My uncle is a firm eggnogger at Christmas time. Ugh. And I asked him this year because he was like, "You've got to try it. Like, you're 21 now. You gotta drink some of this eggnog that has alcohol in it." And I was like, I was just like, why wouldn't I drink something good?
Yeah.
If I wanted to drink alcohol.
No. Yeah. Or like, again, just eat. Like, are you hungry? Because
are you hungry, little man?
It's the holidays, buddy. Do you want I don't know, fucking sticky bun maybe? Like, it'll be much better than eggnog. You know what it is too? You know why I think eggnog only comes out around Christmas time? Is because if people were drinking eggnog all year round, we would be dropping like flies. I'm sure of it. That would be so bad for our bodies to be consistently all year round drinking that. Would it not?
Yeah, no, that would be awful. Well, it's raw egg, right?
It is, yeah. No, it is.
Isn't that salmonella? Like begging for it?
As someone who has unfortunately experienced salmonella, I would not wish that upon my greatest enemy. Not that I have enemies, or at least I don't think I do. I would
none that you know of.
Oh, dear God. I would never.
You're making enemies right now. Any of the vehement milk drinkers from
or eggnog
across
supporters.
The world.
Y'all need therapy.
Eggnog supporters. Yeah, I can confidently declare war on an eggnog supporter.
Mm-hmm. It's just not right.
No qualms about that from me.
Mm-mm.
You're drinking devil juice right there, my friend.
Why is it so thick? Why?
Like, honestly, I would imagine that in hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are like occasional smoothie bars, but the only thing on the menu is just eggnog.
And whole milk.
Just
like warm whole milk.
Okay, let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
Were you a part of like a family that had the belief that, you know, if you're not sleeping very well, maybe you just need a warm glass of milk to go to bed?
God, I was not brought up in a family like that. Where's the logic behind that thought process? Maybe is it
what am I, like a stray cat?
What is the logic behind that? Like, the warm milk will put you in a comatose. Like, your body just goes in a defensive, lethargic state. And it knocks you out. Because I don't understand. How does that benefit you?
I don't know. Like, maybe it's like a defense mechanism. Like, your body tastes warm milk and it's like, no, we're going to sleep because I'm not going to risk you putting more of that in me.
It's like those frogs that hibernate in the winter. They're like, I can't do this.
Would you say, okay, here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you had 2 glasses in front of you.
Okay.
One was filmed with room temperature milk.
Ooh.
And the other was filled with warm milk. But the room temperature milk had sat out for a day. What would you take?
Ooh.
It's like,
Oh, good God.
God is right.
Okay. Is this whole milk?
Let's make it fun. Yeah, it's whole milk.
I think I have to go with the warm. Oh, I really don't want either of these glasses.
There's no good answer.
I don't want them because you know that glass that's been sitting out for a day. That's sour. That started to get sour at that point.
Yeah,
and it's
that's fair. That's fair.
It's separated, which again begs the question: why are you people drinking this? Like, I don't trust like that.
I don't either. I think not trusting it's a good way of just describing like my feelings towards milk drinkers as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Something about like if you're an adamant milk drinker,
Mm-hmm.
there is just like something I don't understand. It's like you're hiding something.
Right. Again, I there's something that they haven't quite figured out about themselves. I'm convinced, and they are coping with milk. And that's someone I don't I don't want to have a conversation with.
That's just not someone you want. That's not someone you want.
Not at all. Now, almond milk, on the other hand, that's good.
Yeah. You know what? I had some almond milk over this break.
Mm-hmm.
And because my sister's a very like adamant, I think she's vegetarian, but like leans towards a lot of more vegan choices. But she drinks almond milk, and I took a glass of that, and it's kind of awesome.
It's very good. Have you had?
It's not thick.
I know. I get the unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and let me tell you, it's great. It's refreshing. I don't feel like I am fighting for my life when I have it with my cereal, and I don't feel bad. I think that's I don't feel guilty afterwards.
Yeah, no, I think it leaves you with a clean conscience.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Refreshing the mind, the body, and the soul.
Absolutely.
I would say. Definitely a top tier milk, especially if you're using it as an additive. Right?
Oh, definitely.
Like if you're making a smoothie, or if you're making, like you said, like even putting it in cereal, I do think it's better.
Unlike whole milk, where if you drink a glass, then you got to be like, okay, whose night am I going to ruin with my indigestion problems? Because
there is no excuse ever for drinking a glass of whole milk.
Lose situation for yourself and those around you.
Yeah, no.
Terrible.
If I was on a desert island and I was dehydrating, and there was I stumble upon in my weary, delirious state a glass of ice cold whole milk, I would throw the milk into the ocean.
I would drink the ocean.
I would rather drink the salt water than eat that glass of whole milk.
No, I have to agree with you. I wasn't expecting us to go here, but here we are, having discussed alchemy, milk, and Dritties.
You know, I really think that's the makings for a great first episode.
I think so. I think this is riveting stuff. I think we're helping people.
Yeah, no. I almost like feel like a doctor in a sense.
Absolutely.
I think that we've both kind of exhibited in this first episode of a podcast our natural caregiving tendencies.
Truly, I truly think people will be enlightened after this.
We want the best for you guys, our listeners.
Absolutely. Stay away from fan fictions. Don't drink milk. Practice alchemy in your day-to-day via butter.
I mean, if you want to try your hand at turning metal into gold like they did in the old days, I mean,
this is true.
I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna say that that's wrong. I'm go off.
That's time. That is time well spent, I must say.
I mean, thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes. If you've made it this far on our journey here today, thank you for being here.
If you've made it this far, go into your kitchen and throw away your jug of milk. Cast it aside. You don't need it anymore.
The first step is acknowledging that there's a problem, and it's in your fridge, and it's called whole milk.
And if you need people to talk to, I'm sure reach out to either of us. We've got Twitter, we've got Twitch. They'll be linked below, I'm sure. So if you need someone to talk to about the milk.
Yeah, absolutely. We're here to support you and listen to your milk stories. Or if, you perhaps have your Twitter and it looks like there's Dritties all over it, please let us know. We will help you with that. We can help you stay away from the Dritties. I'm sure of it.
We're here to provide a service.
Truly, I think so. I think that's what this will be. I really do.
Yeah.
We're helping people.
We're helping people. And with that, guys, we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.